Hi, I'm Jerry James Stone, and in today's video, I'm going to talk to you about how to store garlic. Garlic is one of those ingredients like onions, carrots, celery. It's sort of ubiquitous in any sort of savory cooking. It's really important to store it properly because while it is inexpensive, you want to make sure that you get the most out of your money, right? So how do you store garlic? Well, the first thing that's really important is garlic likes to be cold, like me. It loves being cold. So I run really warm. Garlic's the same way. It likes to be cold. So you want to store it in a cold place, but not the refrigerator. You want it to be sort of room temperature. You can store it in the pantry, but you want it to be in a cold space. You also want it to be in a very, very dry spot. It does not like humidity, also like me. So you want no humidity. You want it to be a dry space and a cold space. Another thing, low light. Just like me, I don't like the sun. So I'm a lot like garlic. If you want to know how to store garlic, it's the same way you store Jerry. So you want cold, dark, low light. The part that's really important with those three things, the other aspect of it, is you want something that's like well ventilated. So you want an area that the air does not get stale, it kind of moves, right? So don't put it in like a drawer. That's not a great place for garlic. I mean, depending on the conditions of your house, you might be able to get away with that. But ideally, I would not put garlic in a drawer. I would just put it into a cool, dry, dark spot, and you'll probably find me there too. So that's really important when storing garlic. Now, the reason you don't want to put it in the refrigerator, like I said, is that garlic in the fridge will have a completely sort of different reaction. The moisture in there will actually cause the garlic to sprout. Now, that's not a bad thing. You probably have kept garlic around for a while. If you do keep it in a cool and dry spot, you can actually store garlic unopened for up to 6 months. You can store it for quite a long time, but it's not uncommon for garlic to sprout. When that happens, what does that mean? Well, those green sprouts, they're edible, and the garlic after it sprouts is still edible, but there's a good chance that the garlic's gonna get bitter. So if it does sprout, I recommend tossing it. If you, for some reason, need to use whatever you buy, then you can still use it, but just realize it's gonna be a little on the bitter side. So that's not ideal. So if you put it in the fridge, it's probably gonna sprout a lot faster. So you can keep it on the counter or in the pantry for up to 6 months, but in the refrigerator, it's probably gonna sprout within a few weeks. That's why you don't wanna store it there. Okay, so like I mentioned, you can store it for up to 6 months, right? It should stay in the right conditions. You should be able to keep it for about 6 months. However, once you break into that bulb, and I do, by the way, have a video that shows you how to buy garlic, so make sure to check that out. But once you break this bulb open, it's probably maybe 10 days you wanna use the whole thing. So that's just something to keep in mind. Once you're gonna open one up, like you wanna be doing a lot of cooking at that point because you got about 10 days before the freshness of the whole thing goes out the door. So now if you do have to put it in the fridge for some reason, based on the conditions of your house and like what I just mentioned, don't put it in a bag. If you put it in a bag, it's actually gonna store more humidity and that garlic bulb is gonna rot and get ruined a lot faster. So just put it in the crisper drawer, try to keep the humidity low. And like I said, if you can avoid it, please do. And that's how you store garlic. Now, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If there's something that you wanna know about, drop a comment below. And if you like to cook like I do, I release new videos every single week, so be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.